resistance is a cauldron of pressure. Found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Glad to have you with us in Evanston, Illinois. Ryan Field, home of the Northwestern Wildcats. Northwestern has the kickoff team on the field as we are about ready to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Tulane's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain.
It's complete on the right side. Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Dances away to buy time. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Sometimes the quarterback grabs the football so quick and tries to get out of his hand, rushes it a little bit on these quick throws. Sometimes they don't even grab the laces, and you could tell he just grabbed it, threw it a little bit too quick, and missed behind the wide receiver.
The Green Wave lining up, facing third and long. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on third. Got him downfield. Got enough space. Touchdown, Tulane. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
He'll bring it out. It's stumped. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Northwestern's offense will go to work for the first time today. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds the tight end. There he goes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Wildcats are in the hurry up.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Has to get there to move the sticks. Inside the 15. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Sends it back in motion. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Anderson. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Northwestern right back to the line. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Northwestern will have to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got his man downfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On on fourth down. They're taking to the air. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He'll get rid of it. Got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Wagner. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, that's just great awareness by the defense, locating the quarterback and knowing they can't get to him. They can't get the sack. Just someone's got to get their hand in the air and knock it away.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Northwestern will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wants to go up top on first down. Bring in the heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Turning it on. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Green Wave. And 4 points.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's shown it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. This This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to take off, and he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
Fires to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. He leaves it with his back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna swing it on second down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. The inside handoff. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulane. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back, almost intercepted.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Takes the grab. It's Roberts. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fires to the big fella. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Davis. Breaks into the open. Oh, what a cut. Touchdown, Green Wave. Once he got some room, it was over.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be.
My go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off play action. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Caught near the sticks. It's Wagner. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's McGee. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Wants to go up top. Looking for a deep man. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Northwestern will send out the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Special teams coming through as they pin him back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is...
Oh, he's got some just plowing ahead. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They'll ride the hot hand. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great environment there today in Evanston.
About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. Coming out with it, it's stumped. He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Lost one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They go to the ground. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Tulane using that big run to generate momentum. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to Davis. Runs through the tackle. There he goes. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. He slides that just inside the right upright. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got his man. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's a snap, ready to cut one loose. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he's still running after the move. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Northwestern ready to dial one up on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment defense.
Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Line gets set, first down. Give to the single back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Offense gets set for second down. Anderson with the carry. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
Quickly complete. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
A And the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback. And a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Wildcats! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air, using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They'll ride Davis here. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. The Green Wave lining up, facing third and long. Here's the handoff. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. And off from the shotgun. Got enough for the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
And the ball's out there after it. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the break, and it's Tulane on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Will come back to win this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Wants to adjust the pattern. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the middle. And he can't grab the bullet pass on third down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To the air on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got him. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Right down the middle. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He breaks a tackle. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short. The give to the back. Fights off the defender. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Tulane with an opportunity on 1st and goal. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to